Hi, Chuck Natalello here from Aviators Training Camp with assistant coach Cliff Cook. Cliff, I saw you guys working a lot of conditioning so far these first 3 days. How important is conditioning moving forward into the season?
It's the most important thing for us right now. One of the things that's made us successful over the last few years is, when we get late in the season, we're still fresh. Even now. So getting the guys ready to go for the season, especially, with only a few days to go. In all reality, we're only 2 weeks away from heading up to Vermont for the first showcase. So it's important for us to make sure our guys are ready.
Now you bring up that first showcase in Vermont. You got to play your first game against the Boston Junior Bruins, who have been a staple in the USPHL with their developmental program. What are you telling your guys to get prepared against a team of that magnitude?
Well, for us, our philosophy is we don't really concern ourselves too much with who we're playing. We have our systems in place. If we do what we're capable of doing and play the way we're capable of playing, we're not too concerned with what other guys are doing. It's our job to develop our guys and our development and not worry about, what other team systems are. So if we're doing what we're doing, success will come.
Now, what's the major reason for bringing over so many players from the Midwest to play here on the East Coast? Do you see that as more of an advantage to people on the East that don't see many of those types of players?
I think there's a couple of things. One, it's an opportunity for us to kind of Midwest hockey out here, give Midwest kids a chance to come out East and get right in the middle of all the NCAA colleges. Obviously there's a lot out in the Midwest, but just doing some studies on my own, 75 to 80% of the NCAA schools are out here. And so it was important for us to get the kids that we're familiar with out in that part of the world and from down south and Alaska and even California, out east and get them right in front of those scouts. And then, at the same time, it's, we're a little different, as people have figured out. We don't always necessarily play by the norm. I won't say play by the rules because we definitely do that, but we don't play by the norm, so we're a little different. So getting the Midwest kids out here to the East Coast was important to us for that reason too, just to kind of, again, go back to what I said before, showcase what the Midwest hockey is all about.
Now, it's a little bit of a different type of game here. There's no more fighting in this side on the USPHL Empire side. So in the Western hockey, they're a little bit more inept to drop in the gloves. Is there something you have to preach to your players right now to not be that overly aggressive when playing that chippy type of game?
Oh, we're still going to be aggressive. That's our style. We're going to play physical. We're going to play hard. Things happen, and there's still maybe some scraps every now and then if things need to be taken care of. But at the same time, even in the past, we've never gone looking for it. Things happen throughout the course of the game, throughout the course of the season, especially if you're playing teams a lot. But we're not going to change our style of play any. It's a fast, physical game, just like college hockey. We don't get into too much of the dangles and all that. We want to kind of impose our will, if you will, and it's been successful for us, so we're not going to change what we do.
Now, you say, yes, the identity of the team is to be a gritty team, I guess more chippiness, forecheck. Is that something that the players have been able to grasp thus far through the first 3 days of camp?
Yeah, it's tough to know yet. Today was the first day we really had pucks out and got to do anything. Everything else has been a lot of skating, a lot of conditioning. So we'll see once we get into, the next couple weeks and get more into teaching. I mean, we don't run a ton of systems, but once we get into some of that, and obviously once we start playing games, we'll have a better idea of just how aggressive our guys can be. Again, a lot of guys from Midwest, guys that have played for us before. I think them knowing what to expect of Mike and I is going to rub off on the younger guys. So, we're excited about getting going.
Now, what have you learned after making your Nationals appearance last year? What can you bring over to this side for this team this year to get them going and maybe have a repeat appearance back at Nationals?
What we learned last year, number one, is that, again, we wanted to be out on the East Coast. There's great hockey out here. And there's great hockey all over the country. We're not biased one way or the other. We understand there's awesome hockey everywhere. We had it was an amazing season last year in Michigan, won a championship, went to Nationals, and pretty well got thumped. But at the same time, we got thumped by teams that were deserving to thump us. The Junior Bruins premier team was one of the more impressive teams I've been able to see in person. So even though we're not playing their premier team in game one, we still got a little bit of revenge, a little bit. But no, it's really just our game still. We liked how our game matched and suited up to those guys. We were just lacking maybe a little depth and a little discipline that those teams had. You can kind of sense, and it's this way with any hockey. When you get to the higher levels, there's a bit of a maturity difference. just in the style of game and the way guys handle themselves. And we got a little wound up, and it cost us in the end. But it was still an amazing experience that we want to give these guys this year.
Cliff, thanks for your time. Good luck the rest of the way, and have fun in Vermont.
Thank you very much.